Hello my friends, this is Karina from KarinaWisdom.com, back with day 57 of the journey. And wow, we're 7 days past the halfway point and 3 days from our next 30-day check-in. And how am I feeling? Well, I'm feeling on point. I got a lot done because I had a plan for today. Yeah, surprise, surprise, compared to the last couple of weeks where I've sort of been doing whatever I felt led to in addition to my DMO. But today I had a plan. And what I found was the more I organized my plan, the more I organized my thoughts, the more empowered I felt. And that's why I'm feeling so on point. So there's a lot to be said about writing out a plan or planning out your day. Was I 100%? With executing the plan? Heck no. However, I feel very, very productive and I rarely deviated from the plan. And one of the things that I also recognized, which I learned yesterday from reading the book by Grant Cardone, If You're Not First, You're Last. And one of the reasons why I bought the book is because in there he's teaching you how to dominate your niche and everything you need to do to become first in your niche. What got me to press the buy button on the book is he actually outlined a schedule of how to plan your day. And I knew that was lacking in what I was doing for the last couple of weeks. So I got the book. And one of the most surprising things that I realized, and it sort of helped me to proceed throughout the day more calmly and with less stress, is before, when I planned my day, it was just all work, right? One of the things that he did suggest was you write out exactly what you need to do for the day. 50% of what you need to do for the day should be putting you in front of your perfect prospect. So 50% of what I need to do for today would be writing my blog posts, creating my videos, writing my autoresponder messages. Those are the type of things that would connect me with my perfect prospect. Then he goes into, you need to write down what are your time wasters. And he made a point that caught my attention. He said the important thing about writing down your time wasters is you can actually schedule them in. Like, wow. So one of his time wasters is he loves playing Xbox. So he actually schedules in a small time every few days so he can sit down and enjoy an Xbox game. And I was like, that's just so awesome that this man who is completely on the go, and all this time that I've been watching him in action, I've been thinking, wow, he just must only work. But then when I looked at his schedule, that wasn't the case. It was really a balanced schedule with his family life, his work life, and also private time for him. So I was like, oh, so I can schedule in my time wasters. And you might be wondering, what is my time wasters? Well, I love reading fiction novels. I can get lost in a novel. If you give me the choice between sitting down and watching a movie or reading a book with 400 pages, a really good book with 400 pages, I'll take the book with 400 pages because I can get totally immersed and lost in that world compared to watching a movie. What I have done now, which has made me happier, is I've scheduled in the time to read these fiction novels. When before, when I read them, I was feeling guilty that I was reading them and not doing my work. But now, there's no more guilt. So the time is scheduled and I'm allowed to enjoy this little piece of paradise that I love when it comes to reading. And yes, I know, I read books on blogging and content curation and being an entrepreneur and being a success, but those books are harder for me to read. They don't grab my attention. I really have to focus in and read them, not like in fiction books where the story just pulls me along and 2-3 hours pass and I don't know. When I read the other books, I notice the time moving along, although I'm much better now since I've made a commitment to read 2.5 books per week. Speaking of reading books, yes, I read a book today about content curation, another book. The first one I read was pretty good. This one was better by far. Okay, yes, I can mix in some of the things that I learned from the other one with this one, but this one introduced me to a piece of software, and I love software. Who doesn't love push button software? Hello. So this one introduced me to a piece of software that I can actually use that makes the whole content curation process easier, meaning I could get this up and running in less than 20 minutes. So I'm really excited about that. In addition, what got me all fired up and excited this morning, I started rereading the book, The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, which I thought is an awesome book and an awesome message, and I got some ideas from that as well. Now, why am I loving the idea of content curation so much? Here's the thing. Google loves fresh content. No doubt. They will give your site preference if you keep on putting fresh content onto your site every day. But who knows what to write about? Like, for instance, if I wasn't chronicling my journey every day, I don't know what I would write about on a daily basis. So it becomes a challenge. And that's where content curation comes in. You can actually go online and look around for the best information, whether it be videos, photos, blog posts, podcasts, because for me, when I originally heard about the idea, I was thinking only of blog posts. My world was expanded when I read this book today, and it mentioned that you can also do podcasts, videos, photos, tweets, Facebook posts, Google Plus posts. I mean, come on, really? I can curate somebody's tweet. So yeah, that's an awesome thing. You can take the best from the web based on the niche that you're operating your blog in and put it together in one post. And when you have software that helps you do that, that's awesome. But the book also makes a distinction between using those software that auto post content for you, because you have software out there that you program in your keywords and it will search the web for anything related to that keyword and post it to your blog as curated content. The danger of that is there is no rhyme or reason to what is posted. Just post anything that has the keyword. So you're going to have to go back and comb through all of those posts and remove the ones that are not relevant and leave the ones that are relevant. However, this book that I read today on content curation took it to another level where you write your commentary or you tie it all together with a general theme. So it's not just slapdashing somebody else's post up onto your blog. I also found another awesome perk with content curation. And once I saw it, it had me absolutely sold. Funny enough, this book didn't mention it, but I found this while reading up on this software that I'm about to use to help me with the content curation process. And then before I get into the perk, let me explain what's the difference between this software and the other type of software. The other type of software looks for the content and auto posts it to your blog. This software, you use it to search for the content, and then you can drag and drop it into another page where you create your post, and then you can add your photos or extra words or whether you agree or disagree or whatever the case is. It's not that it's posting it to your blog for you, it's just that it's making it easier for you to find it. And the other awesome thing with this software as well is the whole thing of copyright. I mean, people would be afraid to do content creation if they make a copyright infringement. However, this software looks for content that is open source, means that you can post it on your blog without worrying about getting a lawsuit or getting a letter saying that you used copyrighted material. Just for the record, if you use copyrighted material, just take it down or redo your post. It's not worth the hassle, okay? Before I get into this perk that I just recently found out that has me sold on a content curation concept, let me just state that my earlier description or definition of content curation was so very wrong. Very, very wrong. And what was my original description? I was under the impression that when I posted my blog post, and I took my blog post and I posted on Facebook or on Twitter or on YouTube, that means that I'm curating content. Apparently, that's not the case. Curating content is when you go out there onto the web, you find content that is the best, that has said the things that you want to say better than you could ever say it, and you put it all together on your site while giving the author credit for the information, and you link it to your site and you write a little commentary around it or whatever. So that is curating content. Now, one of the ways that you can easily think of content curation is, for example, have you ever seen these fashion magazines and they talk about the best bags for the summer, and you see them list like 10 different bags and they do their little commentary about the bags and tell you where you can get it? Well, that's kind of like the girly fashion version of content curation. The person didn't go out and make their own bag and try and tell it to you. No, they went out there and they found the best bags that are out there and they put it all in one place. So you don't have to be jumping from website to website to find the best bags for the summer. You can just come to this one spot and see all the best bags for the summer. And that's the whole essence of content curation. You can do it for any niche. It works for any niche. And that brings me to the first benefit. It reduces the bounce rate on your site. And what the bounce rate on your site is, it's how long somebody stays on your site reading your content. Because you have curated content, meaning it's one-stop shopping for your visitor, they will stay there longer because they don't need to go anywhere else to find the information because you found the best and you brought it into one spot. Now, here's a perk that makes it really, really awesome. Why I love content curation. Ready for it? Backlinks. OMG, who would have thought? Backlinks. Why is this so exciting to me? Okay, think about this. Whenever you link to somebody's site or link to somebody's blog post, and if they have a ping back set up on that post, meaning that when you link to the post, they get a notification that you have linked to their post. Do they want to accept it, yes or no? What they will do, or what I usually do whenever I get ping backs, because I get them all the time, and sometimes they really annoy me when I get a ping back, meaning somebody curated my own content onto their site, and I go over there, check it out, and they didn't write anything about my post. They only had my video up there. Now that annoys me, and I will delete that kind of ping back. So when you curate somebody's content on your site, they get a ping back. They will come and check out your site to see what you wrote. If you are writing like a commentary on their post and it adds an enhance to what they originally wrote, their content, then they will most likely approve your post, and that, my friends, creates the most coveted thing online, which is a backlink. And it's not just any backlink, it's an authority backlink, because you are looking for the best of the best information on the web that you're bringing to your site. So when you have a backlink to an authority site, wow. Now here's the funny thing. All this time, from the beginning of my journey, I've been looking at how can I get sites linking into me. Yeah, this is it, my friends. Content curation solves my problem. It's awesome. It reduces bounce rate. It saves you the problem of looking for original content, and you get the almighty backlink. Like, why wouldn't you do this? That's my point exactly. So I'm definitely excited about this piece of software that I'm going to be testing out. And I'll let you guys know as what the results are, how it goes. Apparently this is the best one going online. The price is reasonable. I think I can rock it. And let's see how it goes. So I'll keep you posted as I curate content. So for today's message, I'll be asking you a question. Are you allowing yourself to be stopped by the buts in your life. When it comes to building your own online business or your own online empire, are you using the buts to stop you from having the courage to start? Like, but I cannot write a blog post, or but I don't have the money to build a blog, or but I'm not creative, or but I don't have the time, or but I don't know what to do. If you notice what follows a but, what do you think I'm going to say? Yes, it's excuses. Excuses follow a but. Unsuccessful people make excuses. Successful people make plans. So if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, whatever buts you have, and I'm not going to say to completely ignore the buts, which, let me just give them a nice official name, objections. I'm not going to say to ignore your objections. Embrace them, love them, accept them, and then release them. There you go. What you need to do is sit down, grab a piece of paper and a pen, and think of every single excuse, every single objection that you can come up with why you are not able to start. Why don't you have the courage to start? What is it? I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the experience. Okay, once you have written all of that down, this is where the magic happens, my friends. You're going to take those objections and you are going to turn them into opportunities. Yes, you're going to make plans. You're going to make plans to turn those objections into opportunities. So, if you have the excuse, I don't have the time, well, what would be your opportunity? The opportunity here is to reschedule my day so that I can have a specific time allotted to building my business. Okay, the objection, I don't know what to do. The opportunity, I can research and find out what to do. Are you getting the idea? So take your objections, love them, write them down, hug them, and then release them and turn them into opportunities. My friends, below you can click like to this video, and while you're down there, click subscribe to the channel so you can get the latest video as soon as it's published. In the description below, you'll find a link to my website, karinawisdom.com. Click the link, jump over there, and you'll see day 57 of the journey, exactly what I did today to move myself forward towards achieving my goal. And wow, let me tell you, I was on fire today. My friends, thank you again for tuning into this video. This is Karina from karinawisdom.com signing off. Boom.